And welcome back to Game 3 of We Are a Rhino versus Gurg 5. I'm still Jirachi, I've still got Gert, and we've tapped out Hansu, Lucida Sung, and we've tapped in the artist formerly known as Light Pulse 94, Sebastian Bad Instincts. Let's say Bad Instincts, however you pronounce your last name. How's it going, Sebastian?
It's going good.
Save this train wreck, please.
It's all good, yeah.
Wait,
It's just
say your full name for a second.
Sebastian Alarcon.
Okay. Because there's like the Annibal in there too on Facebook, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, so our chapter makes us put our full name so that way the rushes know who we are.
Okay.
Which, thinking about it now, I don't need to have that anymore, but it's kind of iconic for me at this point, so.
Sebastian is an icon confirmed. Well, so since the rules are the losing side gets side choice, G5 have picked the red side. Or picked red side the first two games, which also we forgot to mention that, but we are in the pick ban, or the Google Drive pick ban. Pro Draft is up, but these captains elected to do it here, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's all personal preference.
Okay. So it should be going soon. Soon. Theoretically.
Theoretically soon.
Theoretically soon. Theoretically. And we have an R from Ali, and yeah, let's get going, boys. And the Diana first, of course.
I mean, pretty run-of-the-mill stuff.
And what else did we expect? Diana, Cog, and then Maokai, and then Malzahar. Actually, Malzahar, then Maokai.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, pretty standard stuff so far.
And I'm pretty sure neither of these teams feel like they need to change up their bans at all, which, I mean, it makes sense, but...
Absolutely.
And J4 again in the third ban, so I mean, yeah, it's the exact same bans, but since War does have blue side this time, we'll see what they elect to pick. Let's do different.
Sejuani. Is that a new Void champion?
Sejuani. I mean, I guess so, yeah. Well, G5... What is this?
Uh-huh.
And another Vi. Let me guess, they're also gonna pick, Misfortune.
Yeah, I'd probably say the Misfortune here. I mean, it's his most comfortable champ. Like, I would.
It's also a takeaway from Fudgy.
Am I lagging, or what?
Something like that.
I don't think you're lagging.
I wasn't sure.
No, but they're gonna go for the Leona instead, okay.
Who's icing my DNA?
What are you talking
about? Someone who crashed, hold up.
Somebody crashed our, custom.
I mean, he's in spec, it doesn't matter.
Can you leave, please? We busy?
Are you a Symphonian?
It doesn't really matter, he's in spec.
That question.
He's in spec, it's fine. Well, I got 20 seconds on the clock. War... They might go for the Misfortune here instead. Take that way. Corky Galio. Okay, we're gonna do a repeat of last game, boys.
I'm not a praying man or anything, but I really
Zoe, let's go!
Okay, there we go. I was like, I am really praying. I does not choose the exact same team comp 3 games in a row.
God. I mean, they saw Zoe.
Now, this might be a chance to get a Misfortune ban going.
Yeah, if they don't ban Misfortune, or War doesn't ban Misfortune, then that'd be incredibly stupid. I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah.
Bison's best champion by far is Misfortune.
I agree.
Misfortune or Jinx, one of the two.
In LCS, his Misfortune's better.
Well, that's what he's gotten to play. You know, they don't leave it unbanned, so he gets to play it. You know, and
See if they go Jinx this time. This is gonna be Misfortune, man. Yep,
got the
there it is.
Alistair ban against Zorpox. I'd almost banned the Taric over the Alistair.
I would ban the Taric too. If they're not also planning on banning the Taric here, then this Alistar ban doesn't make much sense.
There's a Misfortune ban. Okay, good.
Tristana, they leave up the Taric.
Like, it's not that. I think it's just Taric counteracts pretty much everything Leona tries to do. That's why he had a higher win rate than her for a good part of the preseason. I mean, Leona had that really high win rate towards 7, but like, and with Aftershock and everything like that. But Taric was like climbing really hard through the ranks with that. I just think that not banning the Taric was probably a big mistake for G5. There's the Jinx ban. So they're trying to shut out John. I think John might pick Twitch. I think that's the
yeah, I
tertiary carry champion.
Yeah, I think that's the fair assessment here.
Something that I'm noticing tonight is the if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But
It's a legit strat.
with team comps. So we might. I mean, we're gonna see a little bit of difference with the 80 carries, but this is probably gonna be the same game as last game.
So more Clown Fiesta, I'll take it.
Now I'm really wanting to see Van.
There's the Twitch,
Pick
you
a
called
card.
it, dude.
Yep, I'm telling you. And Sean, I agree that some of the ults were a little bit proactive.
But it's still a Taric ult.
They were. I think proactive is probably a good word to use for it, but at least late game when it's on a 50-second cooldown, it's good to use it proactively in some cases. But I agree that there were some ults that were just kind of off a little bit and allowed Panda to capitalize on it. Well, proactive means you're like using them. I guess almost offensively.
Where's the last second Taric?
Yeah, the Taric pick, I mean, whether or not he used the ults proactively or not, I think it's still going to do very well in laning phase against the Twitch. There just needs, I think the biggest thing that I saw with G5 was that there was a clear miscommunication going on between their engages. Because you'd have Vi go in, but it wasn't, it just wasn't clear on what they were trying to do. If they had landed like the Vi combo with the Leona combo, I'm pretty sure they would be able to at least get, 1 to 2 of them off, but they were just separated all the time.
War is gonna fall back to the Ezreal with the Tristana banned.
Okay.
I mean, I like the quirky Ezreal combo in general because it's like the double skill shot poke. If they land it, it's brutal. The thing is, they don't have teamfight damage, and the rest of their team around them is built for teamfight. Sejuani, Taric, Galio, it's all perfect for peeling for high damage 80 carries, and at least in the context of a team fight, it's not exactly too high damage 80 carries.
Man, if only Hansu was casting this match because they picked Zoe.
Oh
that
my
would've
god,
been-
he's gotta be. I'm gonna watch him pop back in here at some point.
Oh, I doubt he will, though.
And they're gonna go with Shen instead of Zion, actually. Sion, sorry, actually.
That's not a bad pick.
That's really not. I think it will be good for keeping John alive, because they're just going to jump on that Twitch. You can just see it now.
I agree.
The submarine combo. Classic. So yeah, as we as we get into here. So 1-1. My initial prediction of War 2-0 is out the window. So who do you guys think wins this?
I honestly think that War will probably win this. Just because I think that they are going for a very reliable team comp. It's safe when compared to G5 because they have a Leon by like as Terry. So nothing is going to happen to that Ezreal Ditters plays like he ease into a Vi ultimate. He just it should be a pretty safe game for their carries.
My only worry is that they won't be able to quite pump out enough damage in team fights, whereas on the side of G5 they have a Twitch and a Zoe who can, like, Zoe can match Corki and Ezreal's poke pretty much by herself, and then you have Twitch to just pop off in team fights. With the help of Leona, and then if a Shen or the Stand United maybe land the Shadow Dash taunt across like 2-3 people, then there's a one team fight right there for Gurg 5. These team fights really are going to come down to these carries, T-Van and Bison versus Violet Cat and Fudgy.
Yeah, I agree, and I really like the Shen pickup here on the side of Dr. Volumundo. It gives a little bit more, if I'm going to be completely honest, because like I said, you can just ult whoever gets dove on, so it's a lot of anti-engage, and I really hope he can make something happen on it.
And they have plenty of engage already in Panda's Leona, and even Zurok's Vi can use the Assault and Battery if he really wants to use that to engage. So yeah, Dr. Volumundo wasn't really needed on a Scion to like he could follow up and engage, but with this Twitch and needing to give him some more protection, I do also like Shen quite a bit. We're gonna see this is Zoe. Oh god. I'm not sure whether I'm excited for this or I'm gonna start crying because I hate Zoe.
I'm pretty excited for it. I mean, it's always cool to see people get one shot, especially when it's not you.
That's true. The reasons I enjoy playing Assassins occasionally because there's just that satisfaction of blowing up an ADC. It's kind of cathartic. Like, yes, someone else is dealing with this now. This is great.
Yeah, essentially, you're like living vicariously, and you're like, man, that champ's bullshit.
Yeah,
good thing I'm not dealing with it.
Yeah, basically. This is some bullshit right now for them. Yeah. Nah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not dealing with it.
Ah, come on. What's the worst that could happen?
Alright, so I'm just gonna wait until you guys are in game.
Let's see. Oh, by the way, Chris is in Twitch chat right now.
Is he?
Yeah, he was.
I mean, it's fine until it's actually in game.
Actually,
no,
they
can't actually roll against that.
They can't do it in pick ban either. You have to, no, you can't do it in. No.
Oh.
I thought this was pretty well established. We'll figure it out after the game.
Oops.
Might just end up being a warning for G5. I mean, if they lose this game, like, it doesn't matter.
I mean, I would say though, like.
Alright, well, besides the point, in any case.
Well, we'll deal with it after. It's been well established they were in Twitch chat before the, like, after Team Select. Yeah. We'll talk it over in mod chat after. If they win, they lose a ban. Honestly, I don't disagree with that, Menbung.
Okay, so, going back, we got the same comp for War. The exact same comp, actually.
Sans Ezreal, though.
So what?
Ezreal instead of first.
Right.
That is less teamfight damage from the AD carry.
Well, it's less of a hyper carry at this point, so now they don't have the tank shred that the Tristana was giving. You know, you have more on the spot damage.
I mean, when you have this kind of like three tank yeah, 3 tank, 2 carry comp. You do really want someone who can pump out a lot of teamfight damage in that ADC, a lot of consistent damage. I mean, the Corki can kind of do that, but like, you really want it from the ADC. I mean, yes, this is coming from like having played on Team Solo Feed last season, where all we did was 3 tank plus 2 carry gobs, and sometimes I was on Lucian, but
Yeah.
yeah, like, it can work, but like, Lucian still does plenty of damage in team fights, or at least did before he got gutted. Like, Ezreal kinda not really does, especially compared to a Twitch, he really doesn't.
But it's also right now on G5 to keep that Twitch alive. Ezreal and Corki are going to be able to position themselves around a little bit better than a Twitch, who is arguably immobile. So it's going to have to really fall on Bison to make sure that his positioning is pristine. Because unless he has a flash, he's not going to be able to get out of any situations. He has no way of getting out of that situation, save for maybe a Shen ult. But beyond that, I mean, he has to, like, his positioning has to be on point between a Sejuani, a Galio, and a Taric that have been absolutely amazing in their engages this entire series.
Yeah, it's going to be honestly the kind of what Sebastian was saying. The complete damage ratio that they're going to have on the side of G5 is completely dependent on whether or not John can position correctly, because they are going to be able to capitalize on it every single time he mispositions, with like what Sebastian was saying with Galio and Sejuani and Taric. Our only hope is that Panda can peel well enough on Leona, which is kind of hard to do, because Leona's all about that all-in. But she can stun. It'll be really rough. And I'm just worried about whether or not they're going to be, like Volumundo and Zurok are going to be able to get on top of Ezreal.
I'm not going to lie, I'm not the biggest fan of the Leona in this comp. Like, yes, hard engage is nice, but hard engage into a Taric, into that triple tank 2 carry comp, and when those 2 carries are mobile, like the Corki Ezreal, that hard engage doesn't matter quite as much. And honestly, maybe like a Janna here, since they have good, what am I trying to say? Like, they have decent peel for the Twitch, but if you want to peel for it, just like take a Janna. There you go.
I mean,
So,
I can see why you would think that, but I honestly, and I agree. I think Jen would be a better support against this team comp than, say, Leona would be. But I also think that if they're trying to go for Ally, because I mean, if you think about it, Ally's probably their primary carry. They're going to focus more on trying to get Ally fed than they would Fudgy Ditters, but Fudgy Ditters does a pretty good job of doing that on his own.
yeah, I was about to say,
but
Fudgy doesn't require much resources to do a lot of work.
I'm just saying, I think that if there was anybody that would be playing Leona who could capitalize on that, I would probably say it would be Panda.
It's his main for a reason, and I don't. It's not like I don't understand the pick. It's two different mindsets of something. As I hear echo Kurt.
Not me. I think it might be me. Hold on.
Sebastian.
Oh my god.
Sebastian,
I got this.
You need
There,
headphones.
Oh my
there.
god.
That should be better.
There's 4 stopwatches on the side of war.
Oh,
my
that's a
god.
pause. That's a shot. Bear, I know I'm not in Twitch chat right now. You need to pack a bowl, my friend. That's number, what, 5 or 6?
4, 5, 6, something like that. Oh my lord.
Hold on, I got this. Bear.
A summoner reconnected.
There we go.
If Bear isn't already dead, he needs to pack a bowl. That's all I'm trying to say.
Well, if Baird was dead, that would be monumental, because that would be like the first actual death from marijuana. I would need to document that.
We would need to call somebody.
Call somebody like
So 4 stopwatches actually on the side of we are right now.
Jesus Christ, this is out of hand.
Alright, swag. Cool. But going back to the point of Fleeing Panda, I mean, he's had some really, really good ults. Like, in game 1, his ults, like, disengaged. Like, And that's why I give it to Panda for picking the Leona, even in this kind of team comp. He understands Leona, and he understands that he is able to disengage with the proper ult. I think he has enough experience and skill in the champion.
Are we gonna get a level 1? Oh my god, give it to us, please. Give it.
I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I agree with Sebastian though, because like whether or not a champion counters,
Oh no!
it's just
Oh, that's a huge 5-man stun, no, and there's all the CC just everywhere in this tight choke, and Dr. Farmer flashes, and oh my god, there's the first blood. Oh my god. That was a 5-man stun from Zorpox.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Now Dr. Volimundo is going to be very behind. He took Shadow Dash first.
Burned his potion too.
Yeah, burned his potion, has a Shadow Dance first. It's not a good way to start. He should be relatively okay, but it's going to be a struggle for him to farm, especially early, because Shen, he needs that Q to be able to farm a little bit better.
This is going to be a struggle bus moment.
Yeah, he needs that Twilight Assault. But I digress. We'll see. As
Juice Me Daddy also took the his Idol of Duran.
Oh yeah, he took Taunt first. Oh, never mind. Yeah, he's fine then.
well, to be fair,
Okay.
Double taunt.
All right.
Okay.
Huh.
I'm about to say, to be fair, Idol of Durand actually does damage now though.
Oh yeah, it does.
So, it'll pretty much they're just gonna be taunting each other.
Wait.
It's like that
Volimundo.
whole analogy with
Auto him. Auto him. You have your grasp stacks.
It's gonna be two tanks yelling at each other at each other's feet now.
You know, actually, Shen does really well into this matchup. His attack speed, especially if he gets that Twilight Assault Blade through the body of Juice Me Daddy before Juice Me Daddy gets any sort of semblance of armor, will hurt a lot. And then added on with the grass backs being able to go ahead and sustain him up for these fights. He should be okay, depending on what he builds though, because there's a lot of ways to Shen in this meta right
Would this be a wits end game for you, Sebastian?
now. A Wit's End?
What's end on the Galio or the Shen?
The Shen.
Rich, you shouldn't be asking that question. Straight up. You should just not be asking that question.
But I would probably say no, to be completely honest.
Wait, is this not a troll question?
No, it's not.
Oh my
No,
god.
it's not.
Oh,
See,
Our team
Shen
captain
actually-
spam Shen.
Shen can
like,
actually benefit from Wits End, other than, like, unlike, you know, Gnar.
Well, oh, there's the Z's Blade under the tower. Fudgy There's takes 2 tower shots and some autos, and oh my, and he's out of mana.
Alright,
Low on
cool.
health. He's got back soon.
Alright, so from here on out, Eric is probably gonna hover down the bot side, because that's a lot, actually.
Say that, but he stops.
Well, I mean, that's just where his route takes him right now, Rich.
Yeah. I think we're probably going to make a swing towards mid, since C-Van is pushing up pretty hard. And then he'll probably move bot after that. That's my prediction on it.
Steven actually took the ignite for the lane pressure, so and
Wait,
kinda
Panda
knows,
knows?
uses the Xena Blade, goes
Oh!
actually onto Zorpox, not Fudgy, not quite who he wanted, gets stunned by the Dazzle.
See, and that's the beauty of
and
Terran.
meanwhile, top lane, the flash forward,
Oh,
the
the
double taunt,
double-
actually, very nice from Volimundo, and he gets
No, he's
out.
good. He's good. He's good.
But
He's
see,
good.
that's one of the benefits of playing Taric into Leona, though, because Zorpox fully shut down Panda's engage if timed correctly. It's just a matter of timing between the two of them on whether or not one can win. So if Panda can time his Zenith Blade out, I think they have a pretty good chance. Twitch should be able to hopefully do some damage.
Hopefully.
Oh no, he misses. Oh. Okay.
Dr.
Alright.
Volimundo's butthole is probably like super clenched right there, low-key.
That's actually
all I'm
pretty.
gonna say about it.
That's a pretty high key moment. Okay, Dr. Volimundo needs to stay. He needs to stay for more than one wave because he has the Durant shield. Bot
He's
lane.
also gonna miss some towers. No miss some CS. Nothing happens bot lane. We're fine.
I was about to say he's not missing as many CS as
E?
Caleb is, but
Also that, but also me.
Also, Guy Fieri showed bot, so I think this is a cue for Zarok 23 to go ahead and
23?
oh yeah 33. My bad. It looks like a 2 on my screen. My bad. That Zarok 33 is trying to jungle. Unfortunately, there is no jungle to add. Pretty tame game early right now. At least.
well, the
besides
CS
the
differentials
first
in the bot lane and top
barely
lane
next
though.
to taunt onto Galio, and that's quite a bit of damage actually.
Man, where's the Rammus?
No.
We-
Speedy Rammus! Oh my god,
no,
if
I'm
someone
saying
pulls
we
out
have-
Speedy
we have
Rammus
Galio.
in Game 5 of the finals, that would be amazing.
We have Galio and Shin, who both have taunts, so we need Rammus to complete the holy trinity of taunt champions.
There's no other taunt champions, right?
Nope, Shin, Galio, and Rammus.
Okay. God, yes. Gen top, Galio mid, Rammus jungle. Let's go.
I'd do it. Funny enough, I play all of them support, but we're just not talking about
Yeah, but we don't talk about your Speedy Rammus support.
Speedy Rammus support that you banned. Thank you.
He does have a point.
I'm just saying.
He does have a point
No.
there.
Nope. No,
I was on board
There
with
was
you,
no
Rich, but
way
he
in hell.
actually makes a point there.
that you banned what was it like? What was it? Fitzy, who spammed a Mumu, and you instead banned Rammus.
I saw
I don't-
he had Rammus games and it was one of the troublesome matchups.
I think you just might be, scared of
I
the
hate
support
so
Rammus.
No.
Alright, so anyway, in the
No,
top lane,
literally
Shen is winning
no.
these
That
fights.
boy just got chunked.
I mean, yeah, but with the Bomby rush, he's actually doing a lot more, and he has grass, so he's able to sustain a lot better.
Absolutely.
He's able to sustain a lot better than Caleb is right now, especially with that Durant shield, other than instead of the ring.
Ooh, Panda getting on top of the Ezreal there. Capitalizing.
And Bison goes into stealth just a little bit late. Looking for it, he's now level 6, has access to that sprint break. Not gonna quite use it yet.
You know, honestly, I think Panda's really feeling these aftershock nerfs
Yeah.
because he's not doing as much damage as he can do, and that's really throwing him off.
Oh, Mundo. That's
Nah, he's
off,
there.
so he'll be fine. Yeah. But in the meantime, Zarok's here and not gonna actually find anything.
Very timely ward there. Zarok was about 2 steps away from getting that full engage off before he was able to get the ward in the bush.
What timing?
John's
Wait,
starting to catch
was
back
that
up.
a-
He was like
prison
20.
use? That was like glacial prison use?
No, he's not catching up. Never mind. I thought it
Wait,
was.
what? What are you talking about?
Guy Fieri has no glacial prison. I just saw
Oh.
like the particles. Yeah, he just used it. Okay.
Where do you use it?
It's like near middle-ish.
Huh.
Yeah,
Looks like
Uh,
Jarvis getting cornered under turret. Juice Me Daddy is shoving in that wave really hard.
Oh,
Galio
the
wave.
classic 4-man. It doesn't matter. He's at
nothing happens. Zarok is hanging around, so open the True Shot Barrage, because why not?
Corky used Valkyrie on Shin, but
It's not
nothing
very
happened.
affected. It's not very effective.
No, but nothing
But
happened.
nothing happens, yeah, basically.
But Corky's attack missed.
Panda always scares me with these Zenith
Oh my
blades, because I'm always like, why are you going in? But then he misses them on purpose, so I'm like, oh, you're a god.
Oh, he found Guy Fieri with that, okay. It's like, oh,
Wait, was that his real flash? That was his real flash.
Wait, what?
That was his real flash.
Oh my god,
Honestly, that's really tilting. Sometimes you don't know whether it's that was a weird animation bug. You never know if it's Zoe's real flash or her W flash.
Yeah.
It always tilts me.
It's okay, guys. We can make a champion that can spells and active effects of items, but Ornn's unstoppable on his W is too strong.
Boo hoo. Anyway, What's it called? And
Melbourne
Violet
Concerts,
Cat has to
who
be a little bit.
gives a shit?
Violet Cat needs to be a little cautious because Sivan does have that dueling spell ready with the exhaust, so he's not gonna be able to go in anytime.
I mean, exhausting. Right, like you want a duel. There you go.
And I think that's what Sivan's gonna try and look for here, as Fudgy Ditters just goes ahead and blows the ult on the wave there.
Actually, getting.
I gotta give Fudgy Ditters credit though. Like he is 20 CS, no 30 CS above the Twitch, who has actually some semblance of wave clear compared to Ezreal, who has like none.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing really well with his CS.
Absolutely.
And it's just the CS differentials. Now, bot lane's pretty much the only area that's suffering. Well, no, mid is too. Sivan's got a 20 CS lead over Violet Sociocat.
Wait, is that 15? That's like
Almost 20.
That's what I was saying. I was rounding it up to
It's
20,
15.
Rich. I don't have the time to go, oh, well, there's like 22.5 CS lead in the mid lane.
Where do you get half
I'm
of
just
it?
saying, like,
yes. Is that what happens when you kill someone for the 12th straight time? They count as half a CS.
I don't know, Rich, but I never banned support Rammus.
I did ban support.
Oh my god. We're not gonna keep talking about it. The first tower is gonna go down on the side of war. Really good rotations, but I mean,
banned
it's
jungle
pretty much been
Rammus, I'll
their
have
forte.
you know.
It's pretty much been their
Bullshit.
forte the entire split.
Rich, you're half a CS. Thanks
Oh
for
my
showing
god, can you fucking Tweedledee and Tweedledum cast these fucking games?
Okay, but at least I'm Tweedledee because yeah. It's like
Fine, you can be Tweedledee. I don't fucking care.
See,
Just cast the
it
game.
looks like, hey, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, they're taking Earth Dragon.
okay, if the steel came in, I would have. Oh god.
Now, Rich, I want to let you know that's Earth Dragon,
Shut
and
the
it's
fuck
still
up.
probably more effective than Ocean Drake. So is Cloud Drake.
Debatable.
Well, no, like
Cloud
the
and-
win ratios of
Between
like.
cloud and ocean, it's debatable. Between mountain and ocean, or mountain and
No, I would
it's
say,
not
like-
even close.
I would say Cloud. Honestly, Cloud's got you can out rotate. I mean, it's good if you're ahead, I guess. The best way.
You've been poisoned by Dylan by being your
I
captain.
have been poisoned by
being-
Dylan, but you know what?
by him
I'd
being your
rather
captain.
be poisoned by Dylan than somebody who's worth half a CS.
Mom's worth half a CS.
Oh my
My mom,
god,
she has
just
a
keep
better
casting
dude.
this game. I just want to cast
Wait,
this
hold
game.
up,
That's
that
all I
joke
want to
doesn't
do.
work with you.
Just want to cast this game. Alright, so
When you
A pretty
cast the
huge
game, this is
disparity.
what you get. I'm sorry.
a pretty huge disparity here. As Juice Me Daddy is going to go ahead and try the full combo onto Dr. Volumundo. Yes, I'm taking your role as play-by-play.
No, you're not. Oh, you got GLP, because of course.
I mean, oh. I thought he actually built that. I was like, yeah, he built a Wait.
I'm taking play-by-play back over.
Okay, that's fine. Just do it. Okay, so one
I'll do it
one
when
little
there's
critique.
fights happening.
One little critique that I do have over the Shen is that he should probably wait to get his little W. Whenever he engages onto the Galio, wait for the Galio to try and taunt, and then hit the W, so that way he doesn't take any sustained damage from the taunt, because he automatically gets blocked. Yeah, that's micro play, my dude. Speaking of, he needs to get the hell out of this
And
situation.
another missed glacial prison. Hey. Can someone go through these VODs and count the number of missed glacial prisons, please?
It's way above my pay grade.
It's like asking me to go back and like make some other random LCS game.
Yeah, you see
in the
right there,
meantime,
he needs to wait. He needs to wait on that, but he actually does a lot of damage. I don't think he understands that.
This is a only slightly different fight, and the Shadow Dash coming in, and these two are just going at it. All coming out for Juice Me Daddy, and he's just now gonna get out of there.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Already
especially
in the top
great.
lane.
It's gonna be especially great, like if he gets a adapt. I don't know if he would get an adaptive help. Maybe an abyssal mass would be a little.
They need to
better.
go in.
Last game, then you go in now. Tower. Ooh, the tower does go down. There we go.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, but the Cosmic Radiance comes out, and the Zenith Blade misses. The taunt coming out.
Nice,
The nice. You're gonna take down Fudgy Dares eventually. You have to imagine. There you go. Galio coming in, knocking up 2. Stop by Zorpox, dives in for the flash taunt onto 4, and there's
no, but here comes Corky.
Sociocats here, but they take down Zorpox. They're diving in on the Bison super low. They take him down, and Zerok is now gonna be up next in the middle of the 1 versus 3. That's a 2 for 2 in total. Oh my god, all that, and it was only 4 kills.
War with a better rotation there.
I mean,
a lot of
fairness,
Sasuke was able to respond better.
They want the deletion on the Bison.
Wait, what are you doing? Wait, what? Wait. Oh wait.
Oh, Steven? Oh, Guy here with a
no,
nice
kinda
body block.
Panda, what are you doing?
Panda, oh my god, I'm so done with everything right now. Oh,
Oh.
what's he gonna do? Okay, he landed the Glacial Prison and then just gets...
Wait. Oh, he was actually.
What
close.
is happening? I'm so confused.
Why are people AFK in bushes? I don't understand.
Oh, the
so
spray
this
paint
become
used from the Bison. But it doesn't actually do much of anything. The Herald is whacking our tower.
Don't think they'll get this tower.
I mean, Sociocat's going at it. Zerok diving in, but just gets chunked out. I mean, Daddy has been slept for the time being, and they're gonna take this tower down eventually. It's low. They're gonna have the demolish proc on soon. Oh, the stun on the Sociocat. Zenith Blade going in. But
no one's there.
All by himself. Zerok diving in
That
though,
was
and he just takes all the damage. The nice double stun from Zorpox, and that was just so clean from War. Easy 3 for
That was a little bit too ballsy on Fleeing Panda's part right there. There was just no sense to engage. That turret was almost dead.
I get the idea, and he had a great engage in a vacuum. He didn't have a team to follow up, and that's like the second time this series that's happened, at least.
Well, they're just, like, it was like I was saying earlier, there's just a lot of miscommunication.
Okay, Volamundo's gonna try to defend this, and he's gonna go down for it.
There's just a lot of miscommunication going on, I think, between Zerok and Panda on these engages. Because, like, with bot turret, I mean, they could have engaged at some point.
Oh, but they're just gonna...
Or went down.
The Zenith Blade body blocking the Justice Punch. They're gonna take down the Galio. That's a consolation prize at least. Oh, and Vile Sociocat.
Oh, red buff.
Oh, red buff.
Saving the day.
Body block from Red.
Wait. Did he take that? Okay,
Zero,
alright.
no.
I thought he
Zero
did.
got it, thank God.
What?
Oh.
Did he know? I don't think he knew.
No, it didn't have a ward. Oh my god, this game is something. This series is seriously delivering. Like, this is a lot of fun to cast.
So yeah, Panda's engages, while questionable, they look good in theory, but in that last fight when he tried to engage on Violet Sociocat, Zerk did not have ulti, and Dr. Volamundo had just left back into the base, so he automatically put himself in that 4v5 situation. I think he needs to be a little bit more cautious of that. Either that, or I'm not sure how their communication is going inside of their team chat, but Dr. Volamundo may have to be more vocal about the fact that he's backing. I'm not 100% sure, but you cannot forcibly put yourself in a 4v5 situation like that. You're just not going to win the game.
Yeah, you can definitely tell which team is communicating better. I mean, Rhino was just...
you can also
guys,
tell which
Hurricane
glacial
and
person are landing. And they landed on the C-Bank. Guy here will pick up a kill for himself. Second for him. Yeah. In the meantime, we've got another... Actually, this one's kind of a dry noodle fight. They actually do stuff with each other.
Yeah, Shen does have that Titanic Hydra. He's able to do a little bit more damage, but unfortunately his team, he's over here squabbing for tier 1 while his base is going down. He needs to back. He needs to go ahead and try and help.
He's looking for a fine foul, so Scat again, but he's diving in alone yet again. It's a 2 versus 4 right now. The spray and pray actually not doing that much damage. Bison just has a shiv right now, doesn't have a hurricane. And I've talked to Piper about this, but I don't like the Shiv Rush on onto the Twitch. Like, it's great
Yeah.
for burst out stealth when you're ahead, but when you want to just play for team fights, you need
Day 4 and he's still inting for that freaking demol.
Oh my god.
Proc.
Oh, and Pudgy's, oh my lord.
Yeah, he's dead. He inted for the demolish proc. Oh,
in the
meanwhile,
meantime,
Zerok,
Zerok
yeah.
finds Val Sosacat. That's a nice little shutdown, actually.
Now, they could make
That's
a
all I
play
got,
for
just-
grouping up.
But that leaves the possibility of Baron up. And do you
That's
ever
the
want
problem.
to leave the possibility of Baron up against Violet?
And there is an issue with showing bot on Zerok's part.
Well, actually, he's burning a TP from Juice Me Daddy. So, no actuality. Yeah, I agree. I don't. Oh, see that? With the,
Oh, he's dodging skill shots.
it doesn't matter because of red buff.
He dodges it, but he's gonna
Yeah, he's
die.
dead. Yeah.
Okay.
Oof.
Almost. He almost got
Doesn't matter because red buff.
Yeah, basically. That was almost some great fancy feed from C-Van.
That was fancy feet.
He
He
had
landed.
his actual flash up that time.
Oh, he did. I'm tilted. Yeah, Gerd 5 needs to get a handle on the game pretty soon. 11-4, 6k down, while not...
And the flash from Panda.
That's a very good flash from Panda. While not completely not doable, impossible, they need to get a handle on this game, like, right now, at this team fight, at this Baron, or the next objective that they're going to be taking. They have to win this team fight. If they don't, that's pretty much GG, in my opinion.
I mean,
Oh,
in the
yeah,
battle of teamfight comps, it's like if one team's ahead of the other, like, they're to go, it takes a massive misplaying of a team fight by the other team.
Yeah, but the
Team
thing
that's
is
trying to
that
get stuff going.
But the thing is that War right now has a little bit of breathing room, because even if they lose this next team fight, it's not like it. The game becomes even again. Like it,
Yeah.
they really
Even
don't
maybe,
have.
even maybe in 2 team fights.
Yeah, possibly, depending on who dies and what kind of pressure you can gain from it.
Yeah.
But honestly speaking, like Gurk 5 are out of chances. Like they have to win this next team fight. If not, it's pretty much over.
Yeah, and Dr.
problem is
Valmundo's
that they have
brought
to-
out again. There is a collapse coming in from both teams, but
He has TP.
It's 1v5 right now. He's getting in for the demolish proc. Jen
No.
again.
No, he can.
Seems
Not bad.
Oh my god. that
No,
getaway.
he's dead though.
Yeah, he
He's
has-
still dead.
Oh? Okay, there's a flash. There we go. Okay, he at least burned another flash. He burned someone else's flash in order for that to happen. And the pink ward synergies. There we go.
He needs to start grouping. I don't understand why he keeps trying to get this.
I don't
this
know either.
two-man
It's
tower.
I think he's trying to like get in his head that Shen should be split pushing, but what he should be doing right now is get with.
Honestly, split push bot if you're gonna split push right now.
Yeah, or that.
Even then, I don't even think he should be split pushing. He can't 1v1 anybody on.
I mean,
needs to
he can
stick around.
1v1 the Galio, but with how War are playing, like, is
I
he
don't
split
know, I
pusher,
just-
they
I
just
don't-
group and kill him.
I don't see the capability of the 1-4 Shen to handle the 1-7 game.
I don't know.
Right now.
No, I think he can in a 1v1 situation, but the thing is are doing really well
Yeah,
in the.
right.
Solar
They're
Flare
always
gonna
grouped
miss
up.
as the Cosmic Radiance comes down. Dr. Rolamundo is back up.
He needs to
looking for a
engage on
taunt.
this.
He has to find something, but has no flash,
Wow.
so he cannot do anything. And there's an inhib down. Now, War kind of
Baron
looking
dance.
towards Baron. Yup, there.
Baron dance, that's it.
Classic call. And Bison is bot, clearing a massive
Oh.
wave that's threatening towers. That's huge for War right now.
Bison's bot. They can actually do this right now, or try to find a pick like
But they're
that.
gonna find out that Dr. Rolamundo just gets melted. That's the takedown.
Yep.
For
Is Zerok gonna go
Gurk
down
5.
too?
Yes, he's gonna get flashed on the permafrost landing. They're gonna, oh, the flash from
Oh,
Fudgy
flash
did
from
barely misses.
That's a
but
Baroon buff.
a Baroon buff. Yes, indeed. Dr. Rolamundo getting picked yet again.
Yeah, it's just a culmination of a lot of these things. Chen is trying to split push, and like Gert says, he's probably trying to put it in his head that he has to split push as a Shen, but it's just not working out for him. So at this point, he just has to group the team. I mean, your team, collectively as a team, you are now 8k behind, and at the time, I think they were like only 6. So, like, your team cannot 4v5 without you. If they get engaged, they will die and you will lose the game. You kind of have to, have a little bit of situational awareness, in my opinion, at that point.
Yeah, like he just doesn't really have any sort of awareness of what's going on. And then whenever they kill him, I mean, they're not. Even if he were to go up there and they were getting distracted by trying to chase after the Shin, then G5 isn't really getting anything done otherwise. I mean, I'm just not really seeing him. So if Rhino is going to like run after him,
and he's
then
split
it
pushing,
jungle
he's gonna
attack.
get caught again. Yeah, they're burning the package onto him and he dies again.
Yeah.
Actually inting Fergie's Demolish procs at this point. Like, we're memeing about it, but it's slowly becoming less of a meme and more into reality.
Yeah, it's just not helping his team at this point. 1-6, and he's trying to make something happen. You got to make something happen in a 5v5 setting. Looks like this tower's gonna go down for free too. That just might be inhib.
Yeah, 10k.
Actually, that's definitely
That's
inhib.
magic number right there. And just off to the side, he's tickling this tower. He can't do much of anything right now. Inhib turret goes down, inhib chunk down as well. Zorak trying to find Choose Me Mommy. And the Elusive Prism just landing on the Panda. That's one of the tanks, so we're not going to be able to capitalize that much off of it. But, they'll take an inhib and they'll just walk away happily.
Yeah, it's pretty much a death sentence once the tanks are more developed than the other team's damage at this point. I mean, It's a Bison just isn't doing the damage that he needs to give it.
But misses the whole breaker for Panda, dives in just
Doesn't matter.
And this could be game right here. Dr. Bobo just getting melted right now. Zorak trying to find the backline. Does not actually get taunted up, and the spray and pray not finding anyone. Bison goes down, but he is unstoppable. Zorak goes down as well. That's 4 dead. Just Van alive.
That's GG.
That should be the series. For war, very well fought, losing game 1 in such close fashion, but they come back, they completely reverse sweep. They will take down this Nexus, they will be moving on to semis to face Hidden Valley down.
That was such a good series.
That was a really good series. Just unfortunate how it had, like, I don't understand why they prioritize the Zoe pick over the Misfortune. Like, It's a Bison was putting in some decent work on it. I mean, better than the Twitch. And I mean, I don't really see a world in where War would have seen the Zoe pick coming. So, you just kind of put your 80 carry in like a really bad situation just to get a Zoe pick that wasn't banned like in the other 2 games, if I'm not mistaken. So like, I don't know. I think that's where it kind of just started snowballing. Like, I hate to say that like games are lost in pick ban phase, but in this kind of situation, it wasn't directly affecting it, but it just already put them on the back foot. It kind of like set them up for failure, like even sooner than later.
I say that almost like games are almost never won and lost purely on pick bans. Sometimes that can happen, but more often than not, they get won and lost based on how you play out your pick ban.
Well, and I think I just want to point this out here real quick. I know we were talking a lot on the Shin, basically having some problems going and trying to get those demolish procs, but he did out damage the Twitch. He actually had second most damage on their team. So it's just kind of an interesting standpoint from what we were looking at.
I'm throwing up the MVP poll in Twitch chat. It's hard to give an MVP to this series because it's hard to point at someone on War that really anyone in this game, because I'm throwing everyone to this MVP poll because it's playoffs, but it's hard to point to anyone that played exceptionally in all 3 games. But honestly, I'm giving it to Fudgy Ditters.
I would honestly give it to let's see, who was it? I would probably give it to Caleb, honestly. Just because when it came to team fights, Caleb was there when he straight up. Fudgy Ditters, I mean, don't get me wrong, he did very well. But I think with how Caleb played the lane and then played the team fights, it was just there's just no question for me.
Yeah, it's for me, it's between Caleb and Fudgy.
Honestly,
Caleb,
I
Caleb,
really want to throw.
I used your correct name.
I want to throw my hat in for Zorpox because I like consistency. And the thing is that Zorpox over the 3 games was pretty much like he didn't feed. He didn't do like exceptionally well either, but he was consistent. In that last game, I mean, he set up that beautiful stun in the level 1 fight to really just put them on like a really good on some really good footing with that first blood. And also like while we were memeing and like the ultimates were like, you know, hyperactive or you know, like they weren't useful or whatnot, like he still brought a lot to the table, and he did, you know, I like to give credit to the support when credit is due, and I honestly really liked Zorpox this series.
I think he did a good job for sure. But I still think by far, just with those starting fights, you could say like Eric got MVP for how many ults he missed.
So, petition to just pull the MVP in here for a real quick interview so people can go to bed, and so we don't like drag this on. I'll give another 2 minutes for the MVP poll. So yeah, go vote, make your voice be heard. What a fucking series, dude. That was great. I see runes. Wait. Hold up. I can see Caleb's runes on this. Hold up. Huh.
That's an invasion of privacy.
The match history literally gave me his rune setup, like exactly.
That's still an invasion of privacy.
How? Boy.
That's racist.
Boy. Oh my god. Okay. Go. Y'all have 30 more seconds. Go vote in the MVP poll. Go do it real quick if you haven't yet. Go. 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 Okay. Well, results. Poll results. Oh my god, we've got a tie. 4 votes for Guy Fieri, 4 votes for Fudgy Ditters. I already voted for Fudgy. Have either of you voted?
I see 5 votes for Guy Fieri.
Okay, but did that just come in? I typed poll results into Twitch chat. So, okay, 5 votes for Guy Fieri, and 1 more for Fudgy just came in.
Well.
Alright, who's done an MVP? Like, who's got an MVP this? Oh, Fudgy got 6. Alright, cool.
Fudgy.
We're calling it.
Fudgy Ditters is your quarterfinals WAR versus G5 MVP. Congratulations. Let's pull him in here. Let's go.
Let's pull him in here and get the fuck to sleep.
Yeah.
It's most valuable player, not most valuable players.
Yeah. Also, I'll pull him here. I'll pull him up here. Is it fine if I just pull him into casters? Okay.
Yeah,
Hi, Fudgy.
Hello.
Hi. So we're just gonna do MVP interview with you, just to keep things simpler, and also because multi-person interviews get hectic as hell. So yeah. I mean, congrats on getting the win. Game 1 was it was hard fought by both teams, ended in a loss for you guys. What was kind of going on in the team communication? Like, what were y'all talking about, especially with the technical difficulties? How did you guys kind of like screw your heads back on and pull it together and get the reverse sweep?
This is actually a funny story.
Well, for game 1, obviously there was a substitute in the AD role. with Random Guy, who's a very, very good and safe player in the late game. So we had a lot of issues kind of late game getting onto Random Guy. And just in general, they played that very well. I got a couple of good picks game one, which just kind of led to our inevitable demise there. Game one, we got shredded. And then kind of game two in between, we just said multiple times we're going to smash them. We listened to this guy called Demondre Thurman on Euphonium, who's pretty good. And I listened to Super Stereo Saiyan 3D to hype myself up for a fucking game of Tristana. and you know what? It worked out. I was so hyped. I listened to the Stereo Saiyan 3D again for game three and pulled it away, luckily. Took a lot of effort, though, from the team. Ali did a really great job
Oh my gosh.
pulling us around with these rotations and things, even though I was like, I want a clear wave. But yeah, props to Ali for just like superior shot calling. We did get a few extra picks off game three, especially that were just like super significant on Sivan and the top laner. So it was overall pretty well played game by G5 as well. But
Oh yeah, y'all definitely didn't roll over and die. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, so looking forward to next week. You guys will be playing Hidden Valley Gaming since you guys are automatically the highest seed coming out of quarterfinals. You and Zorpox are gonna be going up against Super Hoagie and Allergic to Milk.
So I am
looking forward
really
to that bot lane matchup and the team matchup. What are kind of your thoughts of what you guys will need to focus on going into next week?
I'm really, really, really looking forward to playing against Super Hoagie. Because I never got to play against him, actually. This split, because he got subbed out for a bot laner who I think has a little bit better positioning, and I want to show him why he's wrong.
Oh! Shots fired. Well, looking at the rest of the map, what do you think about kind of the rest of what that team has going on?
I honestly don't think that they can really compare to our solo lanes. I mean, like, unless like something happens to our team in which we like really throw it late game or something, I really don't see a way that they win it. I'm gonna be completely honest. I think we're the better team. So
I'm just gonna say this: they can't pentaban these.
very true. I think that was the series that Eric got pentabanned.
It
and,
was.
We have expanded his jungle pool, so I hope they try and ban.
Wait. Why are you taking credit?
Because I told you what to fucking play, bro. It was a group effort, Eric. Mostly you.
All right. Gert, Sebastian, y'all got any more questions for Fudgy?
I think Sebastian dipped out.
Oh, you did? Okay. Gert, you got anything?
No, I think it was all pretty answered very well. I thought it was an excellent series to watch, and really glad to see Fudgy pop off super hard.
Hell yeah, I love popping off super hard, you know me.
And I wanted to like keep a count. I almost wanted to pour myself a glass of alcohol so I could take a drink on how many times Eric made those Szechuan ultimates.
Listen.
Dude, Eric hit him when he needed to. That's all that fucking matters.
I'll ask one more question. So, looking forward to the next quarterfinal series of this week. We've got Pooh versus Rip, and don't feel like you can't offend me right now because yes, I'm on Rip. But who do you think comes out on top in that series?
Honestly, I feel like I'm gonna have to say Pooh. And no slight on you, but Bear Jr. is a very, very large force to be reckoned with, and I am not especially confident in Rip's ability to deal with Bear Jr.'s pressure and the ability for Random Guy to just stay so safe. So I'm gonna have to give it to Pooh for that one.
Okay.
I think I agree, but I don't think it's gonna be a series for Pooh either.
I think it'll be close.
Yeah.
I definitely think it'll go for Pooh over Rip.
I mean, I'm gonna say it's gonna go for Rip over Pooh, but I'm also on Rip, so I'm gonna leave my.
Hey, anything can happen. Hey, you know what Naruto says? Naruto says, "Believe it."
Hey, true. Anything can happen. So thank you guys for tuning in. That'll do it for tonight. We've got more PMA LCS action finishing up quarterfinals this Friday at 10 p.m. EST. we've got Bear Jr. Poops in the Woods versus Rich is Provoked. Tune in for that. Thank you all for tuning in tonight, and we will see you on Friday.